Well, I might go, Molly told Courtney, not giving up. I mean, you don't get a chance to see real monsters very often. But if you're scared, Courtney, you should stay home.
Ah! What did you just say? Courtney demanded, her voice rising shrilly.
Bitch, I said, Molly repeated. If you're too scared, you definitely should stay away from the fucking woods.
Me, you bitch! Scared? Courtney's voice was almost high enough for only dogs to hear. I'm not scared of any mud monsters, Molly. I'll see you there in 10 minutes. Unless you're too fucking scared, you idiot.
No, bitch, really, stay fucking home, Molly told Courtney. I don't want to be responsible if you start to bitch out and get your period.
See you there, you dumbass motherfucker, Courtney said sharply. She hung up.
A few seconds later, Molly returned to the den with a wide, pleased smile on her face. Am I a genius or what? She asked.
You're a genius, I replied. Let's get going.
You can't scare me. Not with the basement of botany. Maybe a sentient dummy calling all creeps.
Boo dudes! Welcome to Calling All Creeps. It's a podcast that is about goosebumps. What's up, you cute little Steinheads? I'm Matt here with my co-host Dave.
How are you on this fine day?
Me, personally?
Well, everyone. I mean, I could ask that to the listeners, but they're not gonna.
They can't answer.
They can't hear me.
I think it's a little hot today.
I like it.
It's a little warm.
I had some windows open at home, just letting the breeze blow in.
I don't know. Anything above 75 is too hot for me.
That's why San Francisco is perfect.
I've never been.
Shout out to Sarah and Jenna, my resident San Francisco buddies, George as well.
And friends of the pod.
Constant 65, 70 over there.
It's amazing.
60, 65, 70, that's like the range they get.
Yeah.
Rains like 3 days a year.
The downside is that real estate is like, it's like $1 million for like a shack.
Can you blame them, though? When the temperatures are like that, even a shack is heaven.
It's true. I also want to go, I'm a baseballsman. I want to go to that. They have a nice park there that's like on the bay.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see the
kayaking
Golden Bridge from it. Yeah, and like people wait in kayaks to catch
You can
home run
pay
balls.
and watch. There's a screen going out over the bay.
Oh, is there a screen?
Well, you can like watch the game and listen
you
to
can
the
see
game
the screen.
from
Yeah.
the bay.
That's cool.
Really cool.
I mean, I'd want to be in there, but
as a ginger boy, I'd be fucked.
you'd burst in flames.
I would just become a human cancer, and I would look probably a lot like the monster on the cover of this week's book.
Whoa, good transition.
Yeah.
This is book number 15. We said before, we're about a quarter of the way through this.
That's pretty
kinda
insane.
wild.
62 of the originals.
Yep.
Of course, we have veered off twice now.
You've done a couple fun things. Yeah.
We did
the
holiday.
April ep.
Oh, yeah, and the April Fool's, the Bailey
Yeah.
School shit.
Right. Bailey School shit.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
Speaking of shit, these are mud monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, have you ever had a really bad mud pie?
And how?
And how? After my coffee this morning.
So, You Can't Scare Me. So we've finally escaped 1993.
Oh, Dave, you know what else?
What?
This is the first lyric in our theme song.
It is. It is.
Very exciting. And then, actually, we've been through all the books in the theme song. Because so this is You Can't Scare Me. Then we did Stay Out of the Basement, which is the second
Stay Out of the
one.
Basement, yeah.
And Night of the Living
Sentient
Dummy.
Dummy. No,
Yeah.
Oh,
we
haven't gotten to Calling All Creeps.
which
Yeah.
is the title of our podcast.
Which is so late. That's
But-
in the fourth quarter, I believe.
I feel like because this is a special episode,
Because it's number one of the song.
that's right, and it's book 15, which is about a quarter of the way through,
All right.
I thought I would do a special rendition of our theme song live
Oh, shit.
with some generally on-the-fly lyrics.
Okay.
About this book, the way I feel about the book. Can I do that?
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to
please.
reach over here and get the guitar.
He brought it in. Again, I didn't know this was going to happen. He just said he needed it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I knew it was going to... That's like is that like a baby version of your normal guitar?
Yeah, this is a Baby Martin.
Oh, that's a cute name for it, but
Yeah.
what kind of guitar is it?
It's Baby Martin. That's why it's wearing a diaper. But yeah, I keep it out because I don't care what the temperature. For you guitar heads, you gear hounds out there, the temperature can affect the wood in your guitar.
Yeah. I mean, just seeing your guitar right now is affecting my wood.
It's affecting your wood.
Yeah.
You're turning into a real Spruce Springsteen.
Sure
That's a
am.
callback. Listen to episode 7. 8? I don't know. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Me, 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 me.
You.
You can't scare me. Belongs in a toilet with my pee. Maybe some brutal diarrhea. Calling all creeps. I left the last line intact.
Yeah, because it's us.
Yeah.
That's branding. That's like our... if someone else tries to use that,
Yeah.
that's our watermark.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Thanks.
Cool.
Let me
You know
do
any other good songs?
Yeah. Here's one.
Oh, you really have another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love to fart. It's near and dear to my heart. Maybe the toilet is part of my
Calling all creeps.
creeps.
I thought originally we said we had that's our watermark.
Yeah, that's right. Calling all creeps. All right, I have another one.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
All right.
I have a sick butt. Some people call me a stupid slut, but that's shaming, and I want to call all creeps.
That's great.
Thanks.
It's got a real good feel to this right
Thank
now. I'm loving this.
I have another one.
You have another one? Are these written down like the lyrics, or you just
no.
You just go okay? So you just feel another one coming.
Yeah,
It's like a burp
just-
deep in your throat.
Yeah, it's like if it doesn't come out now, I'm gonna shriek like a monster. Okay. Ready?
Okay.
I'm so horny. I wish I could see my jeans. See like the letter. But I know it's in between. Calling all creeps.
Oh, C as in like.
Come.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any?
No, I don't think so.
Nothing that you're feeling?
I'm not feeling much right now. Maybe when we finish the rest of these Corona and
Yeah.
limes.
I'm gonna let it simmer a little bit and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll come back to it.
Oh boy! Wow. By the way, Corona with limes was for as we called it, Feliz Stinko de Slimo.
Cinco de Slimo.
Which Instagram decided to translate.
You can see the translation and what is it? It's happy
like,
birthday.
Happy birthday, Slimo boy. Like,
And then it says boo men.
yeah. Yeah, because I wrote boo hombres.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we don't want to make fun of the Spanish language. That was Instagram.
No, that's yeah. I want to make it clear that it's more of a joke about us being very stupid. Than
Well, no,
is-
it's more of a joke about Goosebumps as a whole because they would just take any normal word and try to find the creepiest thing.
yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, what do you have there? Like an ice pop, and they're like, oh, slime stick. Like, no matter
right.
what it was, they made it like
sarcophagi were
yeah, like berry.
body baskets or something. What they call them?
They were called mummy cases.
Oh, mummy cases.
But I mean, like the merchandising, everything was
Oh.
named something ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was always like scary piss ass instead of Merry Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, so
Why can't we return to scary piss ass in our country?
me
I'm gonna
too.
say it. I don't
Yeah.
care if you're offended.
Yeah. That's
Scary
crazy.
piss ass. Yeah.
Scary piss ass to everyone. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear slappy holidays anymore. It's Merry piss ass, scary piss ass.
I was looking for one in my head, and I had I don't even know.
It wasn't.
It was
worth-
like Seedson's greetings, which is
Okay.
like seed sun, like when you come a sun
Oh.
into it.
like seed.
Yeah, like it wasn't. But the reason I didn't say it is because it's bad.
My cat's chewing on the microphone cable.
Oh, sweet. Everyone's being part of the podcast today.
That's right. Ooh, we're starting out real loose.
So
Shout
I'm
out
on to Brian.
to all the loose boys. Brian, you're one of my loose boys.
Well, Brian likes it when we get loose.
We get loose. That's
Like
right.
how many O's?
There were 3 O's.
Next episode with next book, book 16.
That's right.
We might have something
a special guest.
Special guest. Also, we're talking to Brian right now, but no reason. The guest is a secret. Anyway, song, January of 1994. It's still "Hero" by Mariah Carey.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah,
I sang it last time.
You sang it last time, so we're good.
So I won't do it again.
This is what's awesome about the 90s. So this could never happen now. So this is January 1994. The top movie for week 1 was Mrs. Doubtfire again.
Wow, good.
So that's like 4 weeks in a row, 5 weeks in a row at
Yeah,
this point?
as it deserves.
We've talked about it 3 podcasts in a row, Miss
Yeah.
Doubtfire.
Good. Toodaloo.
So it completely beat Schindler's List from its original, which one movie the next movie of the year or whatever the hell movies win.
oh, an
The
Oscar?
Oscar. Yeah, it won the Oscar for Best Picture. But
Look, as a
Mrs.
nation-
Doubtfire destroyed it.
We just had the first war with Iraq, right? In 94. There was like an initial.
Well, it just became 94.
Okay.
But
Oh no, I'm thinking
they
of
officially were ready to.
I'm thinking
gave
of
the okay.
There was like a attack on the World Trade Center, right? In 93
2001.
or 94. No, I know. But there was one like in 93 or
Oh, yeah,
94.
yeah.
Like a
The
small
bombing,
one.
yeah.
Somebody like threw a grenade into the lobby or something. I don't know. But it wasn't very carefully planned out. So we're recovering from that as a nation. We're
Well-
recovering from Black Hawk Down.
No, we're gonna talk about how fucked we were as a nation in 1993.
Ooh.
1994 January. I'll get
Okay,
there.
go on.
The movie was Mrs. Doubtfire for week 1.
Uh-huh.
Then Philadelphia.
Oh no.
That's a movie about our boy Tom Hanks
Tom Hanks.
having AIDS.
He gets AIDS.
So
He's
they were like,
HIV.
you know what? Shit's getting serious.
Yeah.
So second week, Philadelphia came out. Was
Right.
number 1. Third week, Philadelphia. Then we were like, fuck this depressing shit. Fourth week of January,
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Mrs. Doubtfire's back.
Be careful, that pony had a lot of water indeed.
Came back. I love that. That would never happen nowadays.
No, that's great.
Like once Endgame's out of theater or like something else takes over
Yeah,
Endgame,
it's not gonna
come back. No.
Yeah.
So let's talk about why January was fucked.
Okay.
Which is perfect because I think this is the shittiest book we've read so far.
Yeah, it sucks.
So January 6th, ice skater Nancy Kerrigan is
Oh,
attacked
boy.
by Tanya Harding's bodyguard.
That's
Do
right.
you know that story?
Yeah, I saw I, Tanya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a crowbar or some crap?
It was like a police baton or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
So, for people who don't know, for some reason in 1993, 1994, America cared about figure skating like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Well, because we cared about like the triple axle or something.
Yeah, it was
There's,
like
one person had done it.
yeah, like once they finally did that, we were like, fuck, now we need a Tony Hawk to do a 900.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 1080 for N64 hadn't come out yet.
So they were so obsessed with this, and there were 2 names: Tanya Harding,
Yeah.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Right. Nancy Cartwright,
So-
voice of Bart Simpson.
Tanya Harding had her security guard go with a police baton and fucking bash in the legs of some other little girl that liked to ice dance.
Oh, it wasn't Kerrigan at first? They fucked up?
No,
Am I
it was
understanding?
Tanya Harding's bodyguard
Uh-huh.
went and attacked Nancy Kerrigan.
Right.
Bashed in her legs.
Yeah. Oh, she's the little girl.
She's a little girl.
Okay.
They were like,
They're small.
no, they were like, what? Like in their teens?
No, I think they were in their 20s.
Were they? I thought they were
think so.
teenagers.
Maybe they were late teens.
Like late teen, yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
But so the movie contends that they like what's her face? So Tanya Harding was involved obviously, but she didn't want to actually attack her. She
No.
just wanted to like scare her.
Yeah.
But like she was talking everyone she knew who was like in on this plan was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And so they decided to actually
well,
attack her.
yeah, the guy, you open a police. Have you ever opened one of those? You're
No.
just horny for blood.
Right. Yeah,
Once you
because
do- it goes whoosh.
slaps out. It's like a toy lightsaber.
Yeah, except you can destroy things
Right.
with it.
Unless you could break somebody's face open
Yeah.
with it.
So that was January 6th. On January 7th, Tanya Harding wins the U.S. Female Figure Skating
Oh
Championship.
boy.
That's kind of fucked.
Yep.
That's kind of fucked.
And then she goes down in flames.
Yeah, but at the same time, we were like, oh, shit. You know what? If this is the world we live in, maybe we should stop watching Miss Doubtfire.
I'll never stop.
January 25th, another dark day. Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson is accused of molesting a 13-year-old boy.
Oh,
He's not charged with anything
he never was.
because he settled out of court. Mm-hmm. Fucked up.
Yeah.
You know who else is really fucked up and didn't get his comeuppance for a while?
Who's that?
Because on that same day, the song Bump and Grind by R. Kelly was released.
This is a terrible time.
And it later won the Billboard Song of the Year for 1994.
We let him skate until now.
Yeah.
25 years
That's
later.
insane.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that his great month, the only book to signify it is the worst Goosebumps. Fuck you,
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
Right. Yeah, fuck off, R.
Also,
Kelly.
I love that after all that shit happened in the month of January, we were like, you know what, guys? I just need to laugh again. We're back to Miss Doubtfire. All right,
boy.
and then I don't really have too much background on this book. The only thing that I thought was interesting is Goosebumps official collector's cap book,
Oh.
which was Goosebumps
Is that the Pog
Pogs.
book? Yeah, I have some Pogs.
Well, they have little blurbs on the back
Right.
that extend the stories.
Yeah.
So, in this town, this takes place in California, a wealthy landowner attempted to dig up Muddy Creek, disturbing the graves of the mud monsters in hopes of making a water park. Very 90s.
Okay.
Almost all of the workers were sucked into the mud and became mud monsters. One man escaped, but nobody will believe his story.
Wait, this is counter to the story that's in the book.
This happened after.
Oh, okay.
So it's like more stuff that happened there.
Got it.
Like they were like, let's
more
dig it up.
people got okay.
Yeah, more stuff happened. More people are becoming
Muddy.
mud monsters.
Mud pies.
So, yeah. Spoilers, there's mud monsters in this. But
Yeah.
barely.
I mean, truly, barely. They're on the cover. You
Yeah.
think that's the conceit of the whole book.
They look dope.
Barely.
They introduced them in like the first chapter.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Yep. Yeah, they're introduced briefly in like half a paragraph in the first chapter, and then they're at the end. I know I say this all the time. I'm always like, we could sum up this plot just in 3 sentences, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm being facetious, but sort of not sometimes. This time I mean it. Mm-hmm. We could say that Eddie tries to scare Courtney for 100 pages. Mm-hmm. Then mud monsters show up, and they do scare her, and that's it.
Yeah, but she ends up better for it.
Yeah, there's like some nuance, but it's like not important.
You ever watch the show Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
No.
Oh, this is an Ed, Ed, and Eddie plot. It's like a bunch of like elementary school kids and their get-rich-quick scheme
Oh, that's fun.
in a way. But instead of that, they're just trying to scare one girl who makes them look bad.
Okay.
The reason she makes them look bad is because she's better than them.
Right.
This book is kind of like we have the point of view of the bad guys.
We do. I was gonna say that too. This book is really just mean-spirited, and she is better than they are.
And everything she does is nice, and they think it's like to be spiteful.
Yeah.
But that's just because we're in their head.
Right.
Like this girl is just really nice.
She's-
and wants to learn
Yeah.
and have friends.
Yeah.
And is kind of a badass.
She does not have the same pettiness that they have.
Yeah. It's kind of bullshit. This is
Yeah.
like if there was a book about someone to be like, look at that fucking Amelia Bedelia, and she's like saving the town and shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm here just jerking my meat, and she
Yeah.
makes me look dumb.
Right. I'll show her. I'll put a snake in her lunch bag.
It's also a lot like the little lady who swallowed a fly.
The lady who swallowed a fly.
That book. Or like to give a mouse a cookie.
Oh,
They're all the
yeah.
same. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I did this, now we need to go bigger. Now
Right.
we need to go bigger. Now we need to go bigger.
What's bigger than mouse cookie? Move some muffin.
Yeah.
Done. I'm
All right.
done.
All right. So the first chapter sucked. Because it's a bunch of kids on a bus, and RLS already pissed me off because he introduces 9 characters
God.
in 6 pages.
I wrote them down. Did you write them down?
Yes, I did. There are 14 characters in this book.
And in the first, I just wrote down the first chapter. Let's see. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10.
10?
Yeah.
You were way more observant than I.
Is there somebody named Bugs?
No.
Yes, there is. I
There's
wrote down.
no one named Bugs.
I wrote down Bugs in
Oh,
quotation marks.
no. Kevin, his older brother, calls him Bugs Bunny as a joke,
Oh, that's right.
which is
Yeah.
only in that chapter. and then he calls him a punk the rest of the
I
time.
know, so stupid. So I was just writing down like names that are used. Yeah, it says Kevin calls me Bugs. He says I look just like Bugs Bunny because my 2 front teeth stick out. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? He wrote it twice.
Yeah, because he never leaves him alone.
Um,
Also, older brother, usually they're supposed to be a dick.
yeah.
He was fine by me. He
was
kinda
generally
cool.
fine,
He was
yeah.
pretty cool. Like, you can tell he had good music sense and just liked to do things with his friends. And his older brother, his younger brother, who we know, is an asshole.
Yeah, he sucks.
And
Well, he's
all of his
obsessed
friends
with
also suck.
scaring this girl who doesn't deserve it. All right, so we're in the plot now, right?
We're in.
Okay. Yeah.
This book, Fragile Masculinity, is back in the R.L. Stein
With
world.
a vengeance.
Uh-huh.
And so there's this kid Eddie, and he wants to scare Courtney, who he sees as better, like, holier than thou, et cetera, et cetera.
It is.
She's on her high horse, and she's not really doing anything. She's
Other than
just
trying.
Yeah, she's just as truly better than he is, and he takes umbrage with that.
Fucking Eddie.
Fucking Eddie.
Is it something? It wasn't Eddie the name of the kid from the Bailey School Kids?
Yeah,
There's
yeah, and
something
he sucked
wrong
too.
with everyone named Eddie.
Yeah, except for our friend Eddie.
But call him out. We have reasons to believe he didn't even read the book.
That's right. Yeah, Ed, I know what you did, dude.
Yeah, we got some behind the scenes. The episode came out perfect, but
It did, but I don't think Ed read that book. Ed, please write to us via cell phone, so texting, and tell us whether or not you read the book. We
if
won't
Bailey
be mad.
School Kids, Bailey School Dropouts ever picks up, we should have him on every episode not reading the book.
He does a great job.
He really did. Fooled me. Yeah, so they're on a field trip on a bus.
Yeah, and I don't know. Courtney does a couple things, like they're on a field trip where they go into the woods and they're supposed to write down like flora and fauna that they see or some shit like that.
And she, sees everything because she's good.
Yeah.
And she's paying attention.
Right.
They're, blowing bubbles with popcorn. With popcorn. We're eating popcorn as this happens, which
Yeah.
I'm saying, you can probably hear it. This
Sorry.
is an ASMR thing.
Yeah,
We're
trying
drinking
to-
our Coronas. We're eating delicious popcorn producer Chib produced.
I am eating it professionally because I'm going like one kernel at a time, where typically I'd take a handful and shove it in my face.
I'm like a Tezondaing and moving away from the mic.
Good.
But they go and she's great.
She pets a snake.
Okay, Courtney does one shitty thing.
What does she do?
She does one shitty thing. We'll
yes,
get there.
I
It's
know.
like the shittiest thing.
Uh-huh.
And I would be upset too, but that's it. No one's perfect in this book.
Sure.
But she does the shittiest
But she's
thing.
the least shitty.
Yeah. So our boy Eddie falls
Yeah.
when he's in the woods because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't mastered standing yet.
Yeah, it's tough though,
Yeah.
especially in the woods. If everything's paved, it's nice and simple.
Yeah, and then you're not in the woods anymore, my man. And I don't know what happens when he falls. What happens? I know she pets a snake.
Well, a snake is in his face, and he thinks it
Oh.
rears back and it's about to kill him.
Oh, that's right. And she picks it up.
She just picks it up and she's like, "Were you seriously afraid of this little
Right.
guy?"
It's just a green, harmless garden snake.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, fuck, of course. Courtney's showing me up. Just because I fell on my face like a fucking idiot, she's got to pet the snake and save my life.
It's like he fell in front of a snake and he was like, "A snake!
Yeah.
It's gonna kill me!" And then she's just like, "This guy, you're just is that okay?"
Right.
And then of course the class is just unanimous laughter.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
you fucking suck. And he's
So-
like, "I'll show her."
He feels embarrassed more than anything.
Yeah.
But he makes a mountain out of it. And it's
But
a
if you're
molehill.
scared, be scared.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, and school's tough. I know everybody's an asshole and whatever. People give you shit.
But also you could just be like, "Dude, I hate snakes," and people would be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I don't prefer them either."
Right. Yeah, it's reasonable to not like a snake in your face, too. That's the other thing. That's the other thing about, this book and The Haunted Mask. These are all reasonable fears to have, and these
Yeah.
kids are bullied.
Yeah. But he's the one that takes it farther than
He
anybody
takes it
else.
so far, yeah.
He takes it personal.
Yeah.
Eddie is the guy who seeks revenge for no reason.
Yeah.
He's the one who breaks your windshield.
It's so pathetic because throughout the book, she has no idea. She doesn't give a shit that
No.
he's concocting this plan constantly. He is I don't know, any loser, evil. I'm thinking Buffy. There's in season 7, there's these 3 guys. What are they called, Jim? There are these 3 idiots from high school who try to get Buffy, and it's you're not gonna get her. She's the vampire slayer, and she doesn't give a shit about them the whole time. It's like it's very pathetic in that way. Or like who am I thinking of? Like the bullies from Power Rangers or something.
I was
like that?
ready to say Bulk and Skull.
Yeah. Yeah, Bulk and Skull. Yeah, that's I don't know. But
They'd show up and they'd be like, "Hey, Kimberly, you want to kiss my lips?" And then like
they'd fall into a
they'd
big
like
cake.
fart real loud. Their pants would split. They'd fall through a cake, and then like a little kid would like poop on their head.
Yeah.
A bird would like fly up their ass and out their mouth.
And they just and the Power Rangers would just go summon a Megazord.
And then everybody would just belly laugh together.
oh, the trio. That's such a dumb name. That's the Buffy name. Anyway,
Thanks, Jib.
next Jib. So she pets a snake. Whatever. First chapter ends.
She's pissed.
She's pissed.
Well, no, they're pissed. She doesn't give a shit. She's just like ready to do this assignment and learn.
Yeah. They get ready to leave, and what's her face? Courtney's like petting a bee now. So she has like 2 bumblebees.
There's like 2 bumblebees, and you know, like elementary school kids, every time bees, they're like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Like she catches them on her hand, and she's like, if a bee is not provoked, then they
Yeah.
will not hurt you.
Right. And
She's like, check out this bee stunt.
it's wild.
And what does she do?
She opens her hand, and the bees fly at Eddie, and they land on him, right?
No, she throws the bees.
Oh, she
at
throws them,
Eddie.
yeah.
She just picks them up. She's holding them, and she's like, "Hey, catch!" and just whips
That's
bees at Eddie.
Yeah. She has bee powers.
I mean,
That's how I think of it.
that's pretty cool.
She
I mean,
fires
like,
bees out of her hands.
if I threw Murph at Lauren right now, I wouldn't have cat powers.
You got it.
Also, I would never do that.
Well, Lauren would be happy because she wants to be with Murph at all times.
Well, no,
He
I
just
think she would
keeps-
Krav Maga me and kick my ass.
He keeps, for the listeners,
Oh,
my
hello.
cat keeps looping under the table we're recording at and licking my calf.
Well, now he's licking my hand. So Courtney does a bee stunt, and it's just fucking wild.
Yeah.
So like, hold on. Let's just go. It's page 14 for me. I have the newer book.
Yeah, here, Eddie, catch, Courtney cried. And before I could move or shout or duck or do anything, she pulled back her hand and tossed both bees at me. So he screams.
Step back.
Oh, one falls on Hat, too. His friend. He has a friend named Hat.
Yeah.
We didn't go over all the friends.
Okay.
You want to list all the friends?
So we got Eddie as our main dude. We got Courtney, who's the goody two shoes.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Melvin, who's your 6th grade teacher.
Right.
Miss Prince, also a 6th grade teacher.
Yeah.
Herbie,
Fully
who's
loaded.
known as Hat.
Uh-huh.
Why is he known as Hat?
He wears a hat all the time. It's like these really uncreative nicknames that RL always has. Just like Bugs Bunny. It's like he says I look like Bugs Bunny, so he calls me Bugs.
This is the most uncreative nickname ever.
Hat. Yeah.
They're like, I don't think I've seen his hair because he prefers a hat.
yeah.
Like, what? Did, like, R.L. Stein's friends call him Mole?
And did his son's friends call him blind?
That's a callback to
That's the
episode
callback.
1.
Yeah. We're sticking with it, even though it's terrible and stupid.
Yeah. We figured R.L. Stein will like some of our posts every now
He
and
does
then.
like
and
our
he does.
posts.
He liked the picture of Tom.
That's right.
You and I drinking some of these delicious
Some-
Corona Lights, which
some-
I'm like,
These are Corona heavies, my man.
these are Corona Heavies?
That's
You
why
lied
they're
to
extra
me.
delish. Listen. It's Stinko de Slimo. I had
It
to
is
do it.
Stinko to slime out anytime I'm with
Plus 2 weeks.
you. Yeah, so his name is Hat because he wears hats. That's the worst nickname.
It's bad.
Charlene, she loves gum, grape gum. There's Molly, who has braces and hates tarantulas.
Yes.
You'll learn more about that later. Kevin, the older brother, who calls him a punk.
Yeah.
Denise is like Courtney's number 2, like her best bud.
Yeah, they take number 2s.
And that's everyone I have there.
Yes.
Then I have 4 other names that are given to us, but
Okay. We'll pause on those. I don't know.
he just throws bees at him.
Yeah.
And like one flies at Hat, and Hat gets scared too.
yeah.
And then they're on the bus, and they're like, "Damn, we sure got punked.
Mm-hmm.
We look like big old dummies."
So they vow to get Courtney back for just like this innocuous shit that she's done, like pick up the snake and throwing the bees, whatever.
But that's
Not
the
great.
only bad
That's
thing.
the only
she's
bad
done.
thing, yeah.
But like this movie, it seems like a movie, like a teen summer movie or something. Like I can imagine them being like, "We're making a pact right now, all of us here on this bus. By
Yeah.
the end of the summer, we're gonna prank Courtney."
Yeah.
SR-71 plays.
Yeah.
Bus goes away into the sunset.
My girlfriend, she don't know anything.
That's American Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
Um,
I know. Flavor of the week.
there was this one guy I met at a concert. I didn't like him, and he was wearing an SR-71 shirt.
Nice.
And there was like a jet on it, and it said SR-71. I was like, dude, I love your shirt. And he's like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, that every time me and my friends yell Spring Break, we play that song. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the song right now, SR-71. And he goes, I got this at the Aerospace Museum. It's actually a type of jet.
Whoa.
And I was like, lame. Never mind. You're dumb. Don't talk to me.
That's amazing. What a cool hack. You can get that at the museum.
Yeah, but like if you
Thinking
get that
it's
at the
for planes.
museum, and if you, but this guy was just like, I don't understand what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I really like planes.
Yeah,
Not music.
We're at like a music concert.
Right. That's weird.
Yeah, what an asshole. Fuck that guy.
Fuck off, plane lover.
Yeah. It was an interesting night. Anyway, so on the way back, they also say that, and they pass Muddy Creek.
Yeah.
They
And
set
they
the scene.
briefly say that Muddy Creek is the site of all these mud monsters, which rise out of the mud every full moon. But it's like 2 sentences.
Yeah, they're like, oh, there's that place with all the monsters.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's scare this bitch.
Yeah, and that's the whole book. For the rest of the book, it's like different ways to try and scare Courtney. And it's always
Yeah.
Molly, Charlene, Hat, and Eddie.
Uh-huh.
And what's the next way they try to scare her is with a rubber snake.
Yeah.
That's the first.
They have like a
Attempt.
real looking rubber snake.
Yeah, they really stress that it really looks real. It's like warm and sticky or something like that.
Yeah.
So they put it in Courtney's lunch bag, and Courtney ends up, because she is benevolent, she ends
Yeah.
up trying to share her lunch with her teacher. That's Mr.
That one was Mr.
Melvin?
yeah.
And so Courtney's just like, Mr. Melvin
Forgot his lunch.
forgot his lunch, and
And she's like, I'll share.
Courtney has like these bountiful, beautiful lunches because they're like upper middle class.
As somebody who works at a school, like, you don't ever take food from a kid.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah.
And it's not about like, well, maybe they poison. No, like, you're not supposed
It's
to do
just,
that.
yeah.
You don't
it's-
give food to kids now because everybody has some sort of allergy
Yeah.
or gluten intolerance or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so it's
The
wild
90s
that
were a
he
wild
should,
time.
that this kid is this adult is like, well, forgot my lunch
Yeah.
again.
I guess I'll take your shit.
Yeah,
Can I have your fruit roll ups?
yeah. Give me your Nutter Butters.
Yeah.
You keep the Dunkaroos. I'll have the Nutter
Right.
Butters.
So, but Courtney gives him
The
her
lunch bag.
the lunch bag, and he opens it and screams, and then Courtney, thinking it's a real snake because it tumbles to the floor.
This is the best scene. This is when I fell in love with Courtney.
She comes over and stomps on the snake until its head pops off.
So a rubber snake. I don't know, you guys. We've all encountered rubber snakes in our
Sure.
life. How much do you have to stomp it for it to split in two? A lot.
I was picturing like a turnbuckle, like Stone Cold Steve Austin stomp.
Oh, yeah.
She really Bronco
Also,
busted
there's
this
a
shit.
toy store down the street from your house. And
Yeah.
a liquor store.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, they probably have so many rubber snakes.
should go
That
there.
place looks great.
Should we go there now?
Yeah.
Boo dudes, bye.
We'll come back and give a review of it.
We're going to the toy store.
It's called Tunzo Toys.
Tons of toys.
They better have a bunch.
All right, we're
Producer
back from the
Chip
toy
Smiling.
store.
Have you been there? Oh, I bet they have Crazy Bones. If they have Crazy Bones, can we go there, buy them, and play Crazy Bones
Yeah, sure.
or Pogs?
Okay. She had a bunch of crazy bones. She had like a crazy bone.
I know one
container.
she has.
Yeah, her tibia.
No, I meant your wiener.
Oh, I don't have a wiener. Anyway, so Courtney saves Mr. Peterson. Mr. Melvin is his real name.
Yeah, by stomping this shit.
by-
Stomps a yard.
Stomping that yard, getting the head off the snake,
Yeah,
and then Molly. Is it
popcorn's
Molly?
good.
Or is it Charlene? That the brother had the snake.
It doesn't
Doesn't matter. Charlene is like, my brother's going to be so mad because I took his rubber snake and now its head came off. And then so can we just say like the major things that's like, okay, so the next time, that didn't work, obviously. So the next way they try to scare Courtney is by stealing a tarantula from the science lab and dropping it on Courtney's head while she's in gym class from the rafters of the gym.
But they're fucking dumb, and they lock themselves in a closet.
Yeah, they fuck up so bad. They lock themselves in the closet with the tarantula, and then Eddie's like, the lid came off the container where I was keeping the tarantula. And then it runs up his leg.
Mm-hmm.
They finally bust out of there. They have to put it back in the container. The moment arrives, and Hat drops it on Molly's head. And she, has an aneurysm, and Courtney saves her.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, friendly fire. Courtney, of course, loves tarantulas. Big tarantula fan.
Oh, of course.
Hugs it and kisses it, and has no problem with the tarantula. But they've definitely scorned Molly. The next way they try to scare her.
You forgot a great scene in between that and the
What
other
is
one,
it?
where like they're trying to figure out a way to scare Molly, and they go back, and some old lady is outside of Eddie's house, and she's like, "My cat, Muttley.
Oh, that's right.
Muttley's up in the tree, and Muttley's not strong. Muttley's gonna fall."
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're a young boy. Boys climb trees." And he's like, "I don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to get sap on my belly." And
He
something he
does say
says.
that,
He's
yeah.
like, "I'll get sap over my belly, and I'm not like strong for a man." It's like, and they're like, "Come on, do it." And he's like,
Yeah.
"I don't know. I mean, would it be shitty if I didn't? You just found me." And then like Courtney comes up, and she's like, "Oh shit, is that your cat?" And
Yeah.
saves it.
Right. So this is another way to show us that, like,
Yeah, Courtney's fine.
He's humiliated and
Yeah.
etc. Like, such a fragile ego.
And she's like, "What?" He's like, "What a dick that like Courtney would save this cat
Yeah.
in front of me."
Also, that scene is kind of insane. So on page 33, the woman who needs her cat saved,
Yeah.
after Courtney saves the cat, looks at Eddie and says, "I'm glad someone in this neighborhood is brave." An adult woman to a child.
Yeah.
No one would do that.
No, I'm thinking they would, because Eddie's definitely a problem in this neighborhood.
And no one likes Eddie. His reputation precedes him.
Yeah. He's probably like just laying in the street, and they're like, "I need to go to work," and he's like,
I can't move because I'll get sap on my belly.
Yeah. Good old sap belly Eddie.
That's what they call him.
Yes, I do, dude. If you guys can hear us eating popcorn this whole time, I've stopped masking it. It's
I'm
just
really
so
sorry.
good.
Maybe you should turn this off and go to the movies.
Yeah. Detective Pikachu was great.
Yeah, John Wick was really good.
Oh, whoa. I'll have a piece.
Yeah, me too.
Producer Chip has
It's feeding us.
cauliflower,
Mid-pod.
buffalo cauliflower, which is incredible.
We need energy to talk about this piece of shit book.
Yeah. I'd like to build my own shit out of food and see if I can make one better than this book.
I feel bad for going real savage on this book because we do obviously love Goosebumps. And
do.
most of the books are good to
Yeah.
great. But this is bad.
This is bad. It's like a slapstick cartoon comedy.
Yeah, because the whole plot is we have to scare Courtney, but the book. It's just a lie. Like
It's like didn't work.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
It's supposed to be about these fucking mud monsters, and it's so underdeveloped.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next thing that they do to try to scare Courtney is the tarantula. They fuck that up. So after that, they talk to Eddie's brother Kevin, and Kevin's like, "I'm 16. I can tell you, you guys are going too small." And Eddie's like, "Too small?" And he's like, "Yeah, literally too small," meaning that
Sample.
your animal. Your animals are too small. So you did a snake, a tarantula. You need to use like a dog.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, we need
Also,
to get.
Great scene. While he's describing that, he's making his own mud horror monster movie.
Yeah.
With his friends.
Yeah, his brother
So he's
is.
standing in his room, and like all the fake mud is just dripping off of him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "So this is what you gotta do.
And
You
mud's falling
got
off
a
his face.
dog and big is scary." And in the meanwhile, he's melting because he's making a mud
Yeah.
monster movie.
And Eddie literally tells him, "You're a genius."
yeah, he's like, "Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Dogs? I forgot those things existed."
Man, you are 16. This
You
is
are.
why
I can tell.
they pay you the big bucks.
You probably are old enough to watch Cujo.
Yeah, that's right.
So they go and they get Molly's dog.
Yeah, and Molly's dog is named Buttercup, and he's a big, cute Saint Bernard.
Yes, he is. He's adorable.
Here's the thing, Dave.
Uh-oh.
When you whistle whilst you work,
Uh-huh.
the dog doesn't like it.
Uh-oh.
Dog hates whistling, puts its ears back, squares his paws, snarls, starts to jizz. Here comes the rocket. And he's big and scary.
Wow, this is really good.
Producer Chip just gave us some buffalo cauliflower. We'll give you the full menu as it comes.
Yeah, it's popcorn, some Old Bay seasoning.
Chib?
No, not Merp.
Chib? I think she's in the bathroom.
All right, cool. She's powdering her nose.
She's taking a dump.
No, I was trying to be polite. You're rude.
So this is a wild pod.
Merp, what did you think of the book?
Merp, he just wants attention. He's biting a little, but it's cute.
When I want attention, that's what I do. Yeah, so they get a dog. The dog runs away towards a squirrel. Then Eddie gets lost, and a actual scary dog that he thinks is a small pony comes and almost kills him.
Yeah, he never learned about animals.
Or no, Hat scares it away with like a board or something,
stick.
swinging a board with a nail in it or
Yeah.
some shit. And
He has
then
a
they-
bat with a bunch of nails in it.
Yeah, and then they go back to the treehouse where Molly and everyone is.
Yeah, for some reason they have a treehouse in the woods that they congregate at.
Yeah. But
Maybe
also,
they're Satanists.
to find out if she was there, Molly apparently does perfect imitations of other people's
That's
voices.
right. She's like a Bill Hader style
Yeah.
impressionist. And yeah, for some reason she can perfectly encapsulate what's her face's voice.
But it doesn't even
Darlene.
help in the story. It's like they call and they're like, "Hi, it's me, Darlene," and then Courtney's like, "Darlene's right next to me." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Just kidding, wrong number."
Chip, can we have 2 forks? Thank forking God.
Really good.
Yeah, it's good shit.
So yeah, the dog thing doesn't work, and then she's like, "That's my dog, the small pony. I named him Small Pony."
Yeah.
we don't get his name, but
Thank you.
this is thank you.
Yeah. So whatever. So they take Buttercup into the woods to scare Courtney, and
Didn't work.
that ends up not working because Buttercup sees a squirrel, runs away. You know how dogs be. And then just as we recapped, what's his face? Eddie gets scared by some other dog. Hat waves the big stick. The other dog runs away. They go to find. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We got some. See, this is why we. I would say we shouldn't eat during the pod, not because of that, but because we make each other laugh by like what happens.
I got is this ranch or blue cheese?
It's ranch. It's
Yeah, I got-
vegan ranch.
I got some veg ranch.
Your Greek yogurt.
Oh, it's my Greek yogurt. Okay.
Oh,
Each one was expired.
It's a
Got
Greek
it.
yogurt ranch that I've now covered the mic cable in by accident.
Listen, it happens.
It does.
The hazards of pea casting. Mm-hmm. So
I wiped it with my finger, but I'm gonna get something nice.
no, that's fine.
It's
It doesn't matter.
this podcast for the worst book. I'm having the best time.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We're filling it with all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Dog sucks. Doesn't matter.
Courtney has both
Um,
dogs at this
And then they're really upset that nothing scares her, so they go and hang out. And they say they're gonna study, but they're trying to figure out, and they're like, you know what? Nothing will scare her.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost. Then Eddie is just afraid of himself on the way home.
Yeah.
And then he was like, aha! I've solved it. The dark is scary. We always
my
try to
God.
scare her during the day.
The
But
dumbest
what if
fucking epiphany.
Nighttime scares her.
Yeah. So he has to walk home from his friend's house, and it's 4 blocks away, and it's at night, and he just like scares himself. So he thinks he sees like a shadow in like a vacant lot or something, and it chases him. You know, you spook yourself out.
Yeah, it's like when you go to the bathroom at night and you think someone's following you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone behind the shower curtain.
It's me. I just like to hear your dribbles.
I would say 9 times out of 10 it's you.
Nah, yeah.
1 time out of 10 it's
Just your imagination.
Kurt
Angle.
Russell.
Oh, I would love if it was Kurt Russell. I'm going to pee 10 times today, see if I can hang out with him.
Yeah, so I was going to say Kurt, what's the name I'm looking for? Vonnegut?
Kurt Bon- But then, like, while you're taking a dump, he's just telling you about, like, the way the world is and
Yeah.
absolute power and how
Everything
it'll corrupt. And,
had no pain and was beautiful or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Vonnegut heads, get at us. Let us
Yeah.
know what that quote is from Slaughterhouse 5.
Let us see your thick mustaches.
Yes.
So they decide they got to scare her at night. And what better way to scare her than to bring the mud monsters at her?
So they commission Kevin to use their movie suits
Yeah.
to scare Courtney in the woods when they're at the treehouse.
Nice.
Kevin agrees with the condition that Eddie be his quote-unquote servant for a month and do all his chores. Mm-hmm. Classic. Mm-hmm. Eddie, he thinks this is a small price to pay for the sweet, sweet taste of revenge.
Yes.
He agrees. They go into the woods. Courtney gets there because Molly is just straight up with her. She's like, hey, Courtney, you want to see some fucking monsters tonight? Courtney's like, yeah, bitch. Molly's like, well, first she's not like, yeah, bitch. She's like, no, bitch. Then Molly's like, what are you, scared?
What are you playing at? Yeah.
And Courtney's like, I'm not scared. I'll meet you there in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So she does.
Oh, fun scene. Before that, the reason they know that she'll show up for monsters is they start talking about monsters in class for no reason.
Oh, that's right.
There's this
So
real
stupid.
philosophical, strange conversation. And then she's just like, the Loch Ness Monster exists.
Yeah, Courtney raises her hand and says, yeah, my uncle's a fucking idiot. He thinks Loch Ness Monster's real, and I believe him. And also he said that Bigfoot took a shit in the woods, and he found the shit, and now he keeps it.
Also, he works at Nintendo, and I get all video games for free. And they're like, teacher's like, I've taught you nothing.
Yeah.
You are dead to me.
Yeah.
And they're like, she likes monsters. So they bring her to the woods, and they are sneaking around waiting for his brother and his two friends to mud monster them.
That's right. And behind, so they're kind of like surveying the scene. They're by the treehouse. They're hiding behind some bushes, and they can see Courtney and Darlene waiting for Molly to arrive, presumably. And behind Courtney and Darlene come the mud monsters.
Yeah.
And Eddie thinks, this is fucking great. They
This is
look
awesome.
amazing.
They do.
There's 3 of them lumbering toward Courtney and Darlene.
All sorts
When
of plops. It's
plops,
great.
tons of plops, mud pies.
Yeah.
When they turn around, they're going to scream their guts out.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Kevin shows up behind Eddie.
And says, sorry we're late. We got a flat.
Yeah. And then it's a classic. If you're there, who's that?
And they just lose it.
And they lose it. Everybody freaks out.
And then they're like, Courtney, the real monsters.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Courtney gets scared for
losing
the
it.
first time ever.
And they're like, they're screaming. We're all scared. It's
Yeah.
bonkers. We run away.
That's it. And
And,
it's literally the second to last page that happens.
And then they say that we don't leave the house much anymore, our group of friends, because we're too afraid. But Courtney, however, is so proud that she's right that monsters exist and she's seen them.
Yeah. So again, they end it with like, Courtney's so smug. Even when she got scared, she's the winner.
She won by being scared.
Yeah.
And it's all right that she's scared.
It's like, again, she's just the better person. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole fucking book.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mud monsters show up. Page like what? Like 119?
Yes.
Fucking
Well,
dumb.
and that chapter opens up, or the chapter before it, with like, here's a brief 2-paragraph description of the legend of the mud monster. Mud monsters.
And
So
it's pretty dope. I have it.
it's cool, but it's they focus on the mud monsters for a couple pages in this entire book, which is about the mud monsters.
It's bullshit 6th grader hijinks that I don't care about.
Yeah. That's a majority of the book.
Yeah. The book would be just as exciting, or maybe even more, if it was just them trying to put a whoopee cushion onto every seat Courtney sits on.
Right. That would be much funnier.
I would love that. Mm-hmm. Take notes, RLS.
A real Bronx cheer.
All right, so I think it's the time where we're going to go on to our good writing.
Yeah.
Our bad. Oh, wait. This one's different.
Is it diff?
I have 3 sections on my good and bad, and usually
You
I have
do?
one page that says good.
Uh-huh.
Right? This is how I do it. One page that says bad.
Yeah.
But what does this part
I follow.
say?
It says horny with a big penis. And it's coming hearts.
Yeah, it does.
Dave, tell me about this.
So, this time it just seemed like I needed to look at the good writing,
Uh-huh.
the bad writing.
Yeah.
But then I noticed there was a lot of horny writing.
Oh. Okay.
And to prove that I wasn't wrong, I was working my job at the comic shop yesterday, and I just started reading some of the parts out loud.
Okay.
Just out loud in the store to my friend Craig.
Was Tom
and
there?
Tom was not there.
Oh.
And other people. And at one point, one of the customers who was looking at like magic cards or some shit walked over and was just like, "Wait, what is this?"
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Why are you reading like erotica?" And I'm like, "No, this children's book.
Really?
Nothing's wrong." Yeah. So let's do the good writing. Then let's get a little bad.
Ooh.
Then let's get horny.
Dave, I'll tell you right now,
Yeah.
my dick and my ass,
Yeah.
they're real steamy. Mm-hmm. It's like it's Fever Swamp. And my dick is the werewolf.
Yeah, and there's a hermit in there.
But it's a chode. It's a little tuna can. So the hermit lives in the tuna can.
Okay. I'm the wolf. I'm the wolf.
Yeah, and that's what he says when he climaxes.
Okay, that's cool.
So good writing. I don't have much.
Me neither.
I'll tell you right now, page 26. I like that they call out early on where they are. So they say we're in Southern California,
Yeah.
which doesn't happen in every book. So in the last book, they say we're in Florida, but they don't even get sort of geographical in terms of like Central, South, whatever. So I like that. I just feel like it grounds me more in the story.
Yeah.
And then this was kind of a charity good writing thing because there's not much good description. There's not good actual prose in here that
No.
I can say. But on page 73, there's decent description of the woods. It says, when they're taking Buttercup into the woods, they say, shadows of the leaves overhead danced on the ground. Sparkling rays of sunlight beamed down through the trees. Twigs and dried leaves crackled under our sneakers as we walked. So there's again, R.L.'s good a lot of the time with sensory detail, kind of placing you in the scene through what you hear, what you see. And I think that succeeds in it. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's all I have.
So this book's a comedy, and there was one part I thought was actually kind of funny,
Yeah.
and it's this line. This is after they missed dropping the spider, and it's just very. I feel like it's like Bart Simpson writing on the chalkboard in a way.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Could have been worse, I thought. Sure, Hat and I had to stay after school and clean the science lab every afternoon for the next 2 weeks, and sure, we had to write 1,000-word essays on why it's wrong to steal living things and drop them on people's heads. And sure, Mario and Charlene aren't speaking to Hat or me, but it could be worse. I just love that line. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't drop living things on people's heads.
It is very funny. There are some funny lines in here, like on page 20, it says Molly is saying about her brother Snake, his penis, not his Berber snake. He scared me with it a dozen times, Molly confessed. It's so real and disgusting. I'm fooled by it every time. Once, when I reached under my pillow in the middle of the night and felt it there, I screamed for at least an hour. No one could get me to stop.
So the other one I liked is The Creepy Walk Home was really well done.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good. I don't even want to read it.
Yeah,
Just like, like generic hymn, like a darting shadow, black against the yellow gray background, something scurrying through the tall weeds toward me.
Yeah.
I swallowed hard, feeling my throat tighten up. I started to jog. The shadow slid toward me. I heard a low moan. Just the wind? No, too humid to be the wind.
Yeah.
And it's all like one line. Like he was just jamming that enter button over and over again.
yeah.
And then page 96. This was weird because it was very philosophical for RLS, where it says, today Mr. Melvin was telling us how people have always believed in monsters, since very early times. People have a need to create monsters, he said. It helps us believe
Oh, yeah.
that the real world isn't quite as scary. The real world isn't as scary as the monsters we can dream up.
I had to think about that for a second.
It's pretty cool.
It's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's, like the reason we have Santa Claus and all those other things like that.
Sure, it's a
just-
distraction.
It's cool. It's also like, I think that's a big religious conversation and stuff too. So I thought that was awesome. And then I think the description of the monsters plopping out and being like, they're zombies.
Yeah.
Came out of the mud. It was fine.
Right.
So bad writing.
Oh, man.
I wrote Hat is the worst nickname we've gotten yet.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the least imaginative thing I could think of.
Too many characters too early.
Yeah.
Too quickly.
The first chapter's weird.
It is.
Eddie turns Hat's hat backwards as retribution for taking his seat, like a punishment. It's so innocuous. Then he says to Courtney, or like one of his friends, he says, "I'm putting you down on my worksheet as plant life." Like that's a dunk on her.
Yeah.
I don't know, some other shit. Who cares?
Who cares? This one I thought was dumb too. When he refuses to climb the tree and talks about his belly, he says, "She thinks I'm a chicken, I realized." If I don't climb the tree and rescue her stupid cat, she'll tell my mom what a weakling I am.
So weird.
It's just weird.
Yeah. It's a weird book.
Also, when they drop the spider down, like, what do you think their reaction is? It says, I saw Molly stare up angrily at us. She raised her fist and shook it towards us.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, what kind of old man, like,
I know. Old man yells at cloud or whatever. That's that Simpsons joke.
Yes, it's exactly that. And then even, like, Molly suddenly got this devilish expression on her face. Want to see something really scary, she asked. She reached over to the other side of the couch and pulled the baseball cap off of Hat's head. Yuck, the three of us all cried at once. Scary. Hat's dark hair was plastered to his head. It looked like wood or something. He had a deep red mark across his forehead. Hey, he's blah, blah, blah. Do you ever wash your hair, Charlene cried. What for, Hat said.
So stupid.
And also at one point they hear human moans in the woods. And then they're like, oh, it was just a dove.
A dove.
And I was like, what moans sound like? A dove doesn't moan.
Dove doesn't moan. And also, a dove in the woods at night? Why not pick like a bat or something?
Well, also pigeons are technically doves. They're called mourning doves. But yeah, it's weird.
It's weird, yeah.
It's dumb. So what other bad writing do you have?
Oh boy. Okay. Page 22. There's some writing I don't like. Stuff we've talked about before, like the voice of a child doesn't sound like this. Eddie says, "Why? It's only rubber, Courtney." So the "why" in the beginning of that sentence sucks. Really unnecessary. This is when he's daydreaming about like what the snake scenario will actually be versus what it comes out to be.
Yeah.
So
A waste of pages.
yeah. So when he's daydreaming, like it's going to be his, triumphant moment. He says, "What a victory!" Exclamation point, which I hate. They really shit on animals again in this book, which is terrible. Eddie wants the cat to die. So there's more animal mistreatment in Goosebumps. On page 63, Eddie says the dog looked so stupid, referring to Buttercup. Also, Eddie wants to smear shaving cream on Buttercup's face, which is definitely animal abuse, to make it look like he's rabid. On page 80, I want to actually read this because it's insane. Eddie says, "How could that dumb dog mess us up like this? How could he be so irresponsible? Like, what the fuck? I don't even want to dignify it."
Eddie blames everything and everyone for his shortcomings.
Yeah. And on page 86, he says, Molly says, "I'll bet your dog went home. I'll bet that stupid dog is home already." Like, why are you shitting on the dog? The dog, you're making him work.
Yeah.
And he's not complaining.
Yeah.
So they do that.
And they're bothering him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
They're
minding
like,
his
I
own
can
business.
make this noise that drives him crazy and makes him upset.
Yeah, and you want to like rub shaving cream on his face. Page 60 is insane. It's where Eddie daydreams about the dog scaring Courtney, and he takes you blow by blow throughout like what this scene will look like, and he describes it. I'll just read like toward the end. And it's like, this is how it reads. It's like, Courtney cries for help. Then she turns. She's running now, running for her life, shrieking and crying like a frightened baby. "Here, boy," I call to the attacking beast. The dog stops. It turns around. It walks quickly to me, its tail wagging. Courtney is still crying, still shaking all over, as the dog gently licks my hand. "It's only a dog," I tell her. "Dogs won't hurt you unless they sense that you're afraid." I jumped up from my bed, laughing out loud. It's just, he's a fucking lunatic.
He is.
I said that this book is just mean-spirited. I think the epiphany when he scares himself by walking home at night and he calls Molly or whatever to say like,
Dark,
"I
scary.
got it. The dark is scary." Yeah, it's crazy because they treat it like nobody's ever thought of this before. It's stuff that it's like embarrassing for me to talk about.
Yeah.
And I didn't even do it. So that's kind of what I have.
Not good writing, but the cover's dope.
The cover's cool. We can always count on Jacobus.
Even the new cover's
The
good.
new cover's cool too. And that's, I forget the name, but that's the same guy who's done all the new covers.
I have his name somewhere.
Do we want to just move to our end?
Well, no, we did good, bad.
Oh,
Now I think we should do horny.
great. Bring it on.
Put the sexiest effect on my voice.
Jack off my brain with your horny notes.
See all the tops?
Yeah.
I got different colors now.
Are they all horny notes?
The pink ones are
Ooh,
horny.
nice. Do
So,
tell.
On page 19, so first I want you to moan.
Okay.
Moan for me.
Ah!
So, this scene didn't make any sense. And he's right, Hat quickly agreed. We've got to find a way to scare Courtney and embarrass her in front of of a whole bunch of kids. Otherwise, she'll never let us forget today. But she's so brave, so totally fearless. She's a Taylor Swift. It's great. Charlene said, shaking her head. What could we possibly do to frighten her? We all moaned quietly, shaking our heads, thinking hard. Can you imagine thinking and just being like,
Every time I think, and this was bad because I taught for 4 years, I would just be at the front of the class like,
So this is the one that I read out loud of the comic shop, and people are like, what are you reading?
yeah.
Chapter 5. My brother has a big, disgusting rubber snake, Molly whispered. Her excited grin grew wider. My brother's rubber snake is big and black. The mouth is open. It's got these huge, pointy white fangs. It's got a fierce expression on its face. And, does it look real or does it look fake? I asked. It looks real, Molly replied, her eyes flashing behind her glasses. And it feels warm and kind of sticky. Yuck, Charlene exclaimed, making a face. He scared me with it 12 times, Molly confessed. It's so real and disgusting, I'm fooled by it every time. Once, when I reached under my pillow in the middle of the night and felt it there, I screamed for at least an hour. No one could get me to stop. Great, Hat declared.
Perfect answer. I mean, what else do you say? Great.
Chapter 11. The pinpricks moved a little higher up my leg. I could feel the tarantula's warm, hairy body rub against my skin. Here's the last one.
Okay.
Molly suddenly got the devilish expression on her face. Want to see something really scary? She asked. She reached over to the other side of the couch and pulled the baseball. No, fuck, wrong page! I wrote the wrong page!
It still sounds sexy. Is
Damn it.
Some baseball in somebody's butt or something like that?
No, it was I remember they described someone staring at somebody wetly.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like they stared
Because
wetly.
whenever he uses the word wetly often, and it always reminds me to stay out of the basement.
But like staring wetly
Yeah.
at somebody was just weird.
Yeah.
So that's my horny.
Do you think that's anybody's name? Staring wetly,
Yeah.
LLC or MD. LLC is a business.
Yeah, that's my business. And
Yeah.
I stare
Okay,
wetly.
Dave,
so-
I have another song. Can I do it?
Yeah. I mean, I've gone through 2 Coronas and a lot of delicious food.
Okay.
Thanks to Chip.
I actually didn't think of any more lyrics, so we're gonna go on this journey together. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. What should just give me a word, like a topic,
Like a R.L. Stein topic or like a
just anything.
anything.
Yeah, well, make it Stein, so
Okay.
it's topical.
We already did. I was gonna say mud,
Uh huh.
but like we kind of already did that, right?
I talked about diarrhea a little bit.
The mud of the butt. Bad parents.
Okay. Me, mo, mo, mo. My parents stink. I don't give a shit what they think. They can suck my little dink. Calling all creeps.
I was just gonna say that we're now Blink-182. We did it.
Oh, yeah.
We're famous.
Do you want to go to a party, my friend?
My grandpa has diarrhea.
I only wrapped 7 fucking presents.
Okay. What's your top spook and scare?
Oh, I closed my notebook. Thought I was done. I'm not. Spook and scare, I thought the loose tarantula.
Okay.
So page 45, It's when they are big idiots and they lock themselves in a closet, in a cabinet, and it says the container where they have the tarantula started to slip out of my hand. I grabbed it with both hands and made a startling discovery. The lid had come off. Oh no, I murmured. What now? Hat demanded. Taking a deep breath, I shook the container. Shook the container. It was empty. No tarantula. I tried to tell Hat that the tarantula had escaped, but my voice caught in my throat. I let out a choking sound. And then I felt a prickling on my leg just above my sock. And then another prickling, like a pinprick, a little higher up. Hat, the tarantula, I managed to croak. It's crawling up my leg. It's tugging on my dick. I'm starting to see. That's a letter C.
Throw back to our great reading.
Yeah.
Meeting. All right.
That's it. How about you?
What was the name of this book again?
Don't scare me. You can't scare me.
Same. None. Not scared. This book sucked. I wasn't scared one bit. I'm so strong and tough.
Wow, you're like a regular Courtney.
You got me. I'm Courtney all the way, bitch.
Nice.
Taylor Swift fearless.
Hey, there's no last names in this book.
Yeah, only teachers.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Whatever.
Best dressed.
Best dressed.
I'm going to throw you a little curveball. I'm going to say the tarantulas.
Ooh.
Ready for their description?
Yeah.
Their legs were all hairy and prickly looking. Their bodies looked like this disgusting brown hairy sacks.
I was going to say Kevin when he's wearing the mud monster and it's just shitting off his face.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
But I'm changing mine to also the other tarantula.
I think, let's see if any other Goosebump books use the term, these words in this order. Disgusting brown hairy sacks.
Disgusting brown hairy sacks.
Yeah.
Okay. I've gone to disgustingbrownhairysacks.com, but I don't know. We should look that up. Hold on one second.
Sure. Siri,
Hold on.
please Google.
Hold on. I'm gonna go to let me go to private mode. I don't want this showing up on my history.
Yeah, make your mode private. Oh, pushing the mic. Disgusting brown hairy sacks. Make sure it's not SAX.
Okay. So we get getyarn.io. It says dicks and licking disgusting furry testicle sacks. And it's a Rick and Morty
And
gif.
licking disgusting furry testicle sacks.
Yep. All right. So we got Rick and Morty on the
cool.
pod, which means we're neat to that whole 14 to 23 demographic.
That's right. We're getting a huge contingent of Rick and Morty fans listening.
McDonald's is a bum, am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What a bunch of poo-poos.
Bring back the Szechuan. Bring
Anyway,
it back. Ronald.
Yeah, so that's so what's your alternate title?
I don't have one, so I'm going to say Sloppy Mud Pies.
Okay.
It's a little Tim Robinson reference, but...
Mine's going to be called You Can't Get Me to Read This Book Ever Again.
Cool.
All right.
I think that is it. We'll put y'all out of your mercy, and mercifully, this episode has ended.
Play them out.
Okay.
Play them out. Just
You getting my guitar again?
just play our theme, just do some instrumental, and
Okay.
we'll say our goodbyes.
Okay.
All right?
Goodbye
Right.
to you. You should take a little poo.
I knew this coming.
Maybe I will go boo. You are scared Colonel Creeps.
Boo dudes.
Boo dudes. Bye.
Mud your pants, you dumb little asshole.
Yep.
All right.